Game week 26 transfer plans. What is up everyone, how's it going? Hope you're keeping well and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Double game week 25 is still underway at the moment. A bit of a topsy-turvy double game week so far, especially with those injuries to the Liverpool players. Fingers crossed for a Darwin Núñez start on Wednesday night, but I won't be getting my hopes up. Before we get into today's video, a quick reminder on the charity month on the channel for the month of February. For every new YouTube subscriber, I'll be donating 20 cents to helplink.ie, a mental health charity here in Ireland. So if you are watching this and you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button below. You'll be supporting the channel and you'll also give them back to a great cause also. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I fared out so far in double game week 25, and we'll also be looking at my transfer plans ahead of blank game week 26. Don't forget, there's 4 teams blanking in blank game week 26. Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea and Luton, so we need to plan our transfers around this accordingly. Right then, we've lots to discuss, so let's get into the video. So here's a quick look at how I'm faring out in double game week 25 at the moment. 61 points for the week, which is actually a pretty decent score. Currently on an 18k green arrow, and I'm now sitting at 90k overall. My double Arsenal defence, Bukayo Saka and Dominic Solanke are the stars of the game week so far. If you watched my last video and my deadline stream on Saturday afternoon, I spoke a lot about playing Solanke over Palmer, so hopefully you listened and did the same and got yourselves those additional 10 points. I've probably got Dubravka the tank for that Solanke haul, as he gifted him his opening goal when he slipped in the box from a back pass, and all Solanke had to do was slot it into an open goal. They probably evened themselves out throughout the game, as Dubravka denied Solanke on a few occasions when he could have scored, so it probably could have been more than 12 points, but I was definitely over the moon to get that mega haul. My Arsenal trio came up trumps once again, as I got that much needed double Arsenal clean sheet away to Burnley, and Bukayo Saka came away with 2 goals once again this week to get an identical 15-point haul like he did in game week 24. It was definitely a nervous watch when Arsenal got that penalty, as Saka picked up the ball, had it in his hands, only for Odegaard to take it off him, and then Odegaard put the ball on the spot, so I thought Odegaard was going to rob it off Saka, and then only for Saka to take the penalty off him again and put it into the bottom corner. It definitely puzzled me. I'm sure it puzzled Trafford anyway, but all that matters is it went into the back of the net. Not only does it mean I've got 36 points for my double Arsenal defence over the last 2 weeks, but it also means I've got 66 points for my trio of Arsenal players, with Saka getting 30 points in 2 game weeks for an absolute outrageous score. They've been great to me the last 2 weeks, and I've now got Newcastle up next in blank game week 26, so fingers crossed for that Arsenal clean sheet. I'll definitely need it this week, as it's a great differential for my team at the moment, and fingers crossed Saka can get another few returns also. Looking at Leicester opinion in defence, it was very concerning to see him named on the bench on Sunday afternoon. Very frustratingly also, as that Sheffield United fixture was a fixture that he could have performed very well in, especially with Sheffield United going down to 10 men early on in the game. I'm not sure if it's a disciplinary issue between him and the Zerbi, or the fact he's just out of favour at the moment. I spoke about in my last video, he was at fault for that Brennan Johnson winner against Spurs, so maybe that's why he was left on the bench, because he didn't track back. Bit of a headache then going into game week 26 on whether or not he's going to start. At least he did get some minutes at the end of that Sheffield United game, so fingers crossed he does get some minutes so I can get some points in blank game week 26, but he's definitely a concern for future game weeks. We then move on to my double game week players, and my god, it's been a roller coaster of emotions so far throughout this double game week. I went into Saturday just before the deadline comfortable and confident with how I was lining out. 2 double game week players from Liverpool and 3 double game week players from Man City, so I was well set up for that double game week. Starting off in the early kickoff, we started off to a flyer with Darwin Núñez scoring the opening goal for Liverpool and Diogo Jota setting up the goal. So 2 returns in that 1 goal was the perfect start to the double game week. Only to fast forward a couple of minutes later, Jota was hauled off on a stretcher with a knee injury, and this knee injury has brought an end to the double game week for him. It then went from bad to worse as Darwin Núñez was hauled off at half time. I'm not sure if it was tactical or if it was an injury. It sounds like it was an injury, so I'm not sure whether he's going to start on Wednesday night or even get some minutes. Fingers crossed he does get the start, or potentially even some minutes. I'll take any points at this stage, but I'm not too hopeful of it from the reports on Núñez at the moment. Looking at it from the glass half full perspective, at least we did get those 2 returns in the first half. It could have been a lot worse if we only got 2 points combined from the 2 Liverpool players throughout the double game week. But yeah, definitely not how I imagined it would play out, but as I said, it could have been a lot worse. We then move on to my City trio, and going into that Chelsea game on Saturday evening, I was very much hoping for a Haaland haul with the triple captaincy chip in play, along with Foden and Kevin De Bruyne getting some returns too. It wasn't to be, as Haaland missed chance after chance. He should have came away with a massive haul. Definitely could have got 2 or 3 goals if he had his shooting boots on. And Kevin De Bruyne and Foden missed out on some big returns as Haaland failed to convert these chances. Rodri did get that equaliser late on, but it was an absolutely useless goal from my own team with none of my Man City trio involved. So with that Brentford fixture tonight, fingers crossed we do get some good returns, especially with the triple captaincy chip in play with Erling Haaland. I'll be hoping for at least two returns from him, and with Kevin De Bruyne in my team also, he's a nice differential, so I'll be hoping he can get on the score sheet or get a few nice returns also. 61 points for the game week at the moment. It's a pretty decent score to be fair, and I'm on an 18k green arrow, sitting at 90k overall, so I am in a good position. Let's see how the game plays out tonight, and fingers crossed also for Darwin Núñez start, or at least he can get some minutes on Wednesday night and get me up the ranks even more. So let's shift our focus towards blank game week 26, and here's how I'm currently lining up ahead of the deadline on Saturday. To be fair, I'm quite content, fairly happy with how I'm lining out. It's not the worst, it's not the best team, but it could be a lot worse to be fair. On paper, as I said, 10 players playing, one free transfer should get me 11, and if I do want to take a hit for more security of minutes, I could take a -4 and have a stronger start 11 on the field also. With my current 10 starting players here on screen, there are a few small question marks on their minutes on whether or not they're going to start the weekend's games. We'll start off with Estepinian. We all know he was benched for that Sheffield United fixture, so we're unsure whether or not he's going to start that Everton game at home. If he doesn't start, at least he should get some minutes like he did in that late cameo against Sheffield United. And also another addition in defence there is Charlie Taylor. He's just returned from an injury. He did get 28 minutes against Arsenal at the weekend, so he could be in line to start that Crystal Palace game. Fingers crossed he does if I do have to play him. And then also Man City still have to play Brentford tonight in their second fixture of their double game week. There's always the potential that injuries could happen. Phil Foden has played a lot of minutes as well for Man City in recent weeks, so he could be in line for a bench, and I don't think he will be, to be honest. He's been in great form for City, and Pep has been high praise of him the last couple of weeks. And Kevin De Bruyne as well, he's a small doubt on his minutes as well. He's also coming back from an injury, so I'm not sure if his minutes will be managed with a lot of games in succession, but fingers crossed De Bruyne does start, and fingers crossed they all get through their game tonight against Brentford injury free. Looking at my team for blank game week 26, I'm preparing myself for a low scoring week, and I do think it's going to be a very low scoring week for the majority of FPL managers. I'm going to be very heavily reliant on Arsenal keeping that clean sheet at home to Newcastle with my double Arsenal defence. It's a nice differential for me at the moment, so I'm really hoping I can get that Arsenal clean sheet, and it's probably going to be a very big determined factor on whether or not I get a green arrow in blank game week 26. I've been getting a lot of questions in DMs off FPL managers asking me whether or not they should be using their free hit chip this week, and to answer these questions all I can say is no. I wouldn't be using my free hit chip in game week 26. I'd be saving it for game weeks later on in the season where there's more opportunities to make ground. For example, the blank game week in 29 or the doubles in game week 34 or game week 37. In the break between game week 26 and game week 27, during that midweek, the FA Cup games will be played, and once we know the results of those games, we'll know for sure on who's going to be blanking in blank game week 29 and potentially doubling in game week 34 and 37. So definitely try and hold your free hit chip until after these FA Cup games, and then you can plan on how to use your free hit chip once you know those FA Cup results. Looking back to blank game week 26, if you are struggling to get 11 players ahead of the deadline this weekend, don't worry, there's a lot of managers that are going to be in the same boat as yourself. If you take a -4 or -8 to get 11 starting players, that's perfect. It allows you to save your free hit. Or if you can't get 11 players, 8 to 10 players is enough with that hit. And as I said, it allows you to keep your free hit where there's more opportunity to gain ground in the blank game week in game week 29, or even using it in the double in 34 or 37. So look at my transfer plans ahead of the deadline on Saturday. I always had the intention of getting rid of the Liverpool assets with them blanking in game week 26, but now with the news Jota is set to be sidelined for the next 2 months with that knee injury, it now means he's definitely going to be leaving my team this week. First up in line to come in for Jota is Hwang Hee-chan of Wolves with a very nice fixture at home to Sheffield United. He did blank against Spurs after returning to the starting 11 last week, but I am confident he can get amongst the returns this weekend. I am still deciding between him or Neto. Neto has been in lovely form the last couple of weeks, but Hwang has that added bonus of being on penalties, so that's why I'm looking towards Hwang to get him in for that Sheffield United fixture. Looking at my second transfer, I'm going to be very relieved to get Ollie Watkins back into the team. It was a hard watch at the weekend, watching him score twice against Fulham. At least I did have Dominic Solanke in my team this week, so it did even out with his haul, and I didn't lose too much ground on Watkins. The punt on Núñez didn't go as expected. He did get 2 goals in the 2 weeks, but I was hoping for a lot more. Fingers crossed, as I said, he does play that game against Luton, or even get some minutes on Wednesday night. But for now, it was definitely a mistake getting rid of Watkins when he did get that 13-point haul, and especially now the fact I'm going to have to take a hit to get him back into the team. But we live and learn. At least Watkins will be back in, and at least I will have him for that blank fixture in game week 29. So here's how the team is lining up ahead of the deadline this weekend. Even though I am taking a hit, the team is definitely in a stronger position as it allows me to play an additional attacker over that defender that I did have before. So yeah, Watkins and Hwang do have those fabled fixtures, so fingers crossed we can get some decent returns from that duo. If you've made it to the end of this video, please give it a like, drop a comment below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's hit a like goal of 80 likes on this video. Quick reminder of the charity month on the channel for the month of February. For every new YouTube subscriber, I'll be donating 20 cents to helplink.ie, a mental health charity here in Ireland. So if you are watching this and you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button below. You'll be supporting the channel and you'll also give them back to a great cause here in Ireland too. It's also free, so yeah, hop down there and subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it. All eyes on Etihad now tonight. Fingers crossed for Erling Haaland triple captaincy haul. So let's see how it plays out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.